Welcome to Zen in 10 with the Calcasieu Parish Public Libraries. This is 10 minutes or less of breathing and stretching to promote a happier, healthier body and mind. Hey everyone! Thanks for joining me for today's Zen in 10. This is a chair edition. So what I love about doing stretches in a chair is you have a little bit of extra support. So if you're tired that day, or maybe you're on your lunch break, you're in your cubicle, you can just do these simple stretches right where you are. And don't let time be a factor. I purposely make these classes 10 minutes so that you can see that there is absolutely benefits to doing just 10 minutes of breathing and stretching. It's wonderful for your mental well-being and also for your physical body. It can strengthen your core, it can strengthen your balancing skills, and it can also help you work on your flexibility. So today's class, I'm going to start with some breathing, and I like to place my hand on my chest and on my belly. And this gives me points of contact so that when I begin my deep breathing, I can feel my chest rising on my inhale, and I can feel my belly compressing on my exhale, as well as my lungs. So I like to close my eyes when I breathe and just give myself this little bit of time to check in. We don't normally give ourselves a lot of time to just see how we are feeling that day. So I'm going to begin expanding my breath and then emptying all the way out on my exhales. Do 2 more breaths like this. Wonderful. Now that we've checked in, we're ready to begin. So today we're going to start with just some simple shoulder rolls. And this is going to release tension between our shoulder blades and in our neck area. So you can begin by rolling your shoulders just a couple of times backwards. Make sure you're still breathing. And then go in the opposite direction. So roll them forward first. I don't know about you guys, but I already heard a couple of pops in my neck. Good. Coming back to center, I want to keep a long spine, so I'm lengthening my tailbone towards my seat, and I'm lengthening my spine towards the ceiling. We're going to do just a couple of side bends in either direction. You can begin with an inhale breath, and it's a nice place to pause here and just kind of see how this feels to extend your arms. And then you can use the chair for support and take a side bend in whichever direction feels natural for you to go first. So with the support of the chair, I have plenty of freedom to check the range of motion in my neck. I can do this by turning my head towards the ground and then up towards my extended arm and hand. Or I can go back and forth between the two. And I feel this wonderful stretch down my side. And on an inhale, come back to center. We're going to change sides, so just go in the opposite direction. And you always want to make sure you balance your practice, so whatever you try on one side, be sure to try on the other side as well. So I'm going to check the range of motion in my neck. And then I'm going to come back to center. Good. From here, we're going to do seated cat-cows. And they're really nice because, again, you're fully supported by your chair. So on your cat-cows, you're going to round your spine and then flex your spine. Round and flex. I'm going to place my feet on the ground, and then I'm going to start on an exhale breath and rounding my spine. I'm tucking my navel back towards my spine and allowing my chin to tuck towards my chest as well. And on an inhale, you can arch or flex your spine. Your chin lifts, you feel an expansion around your heart. And then you just move through that at the pace of your own breathing. So inhales are arching and expanding, and exhales are rounding. When you move through this, particularly in the morning, it kind of wakes you up. It gets blood flowing to your spine. And one more. Wonderful. Now we're going to use our chair as a balancing tool. So I'm going to move my chair just so you can see in the camera. I'm going to take a big inhale breath, and again, reaching up. You can even come on to your tippy toes and check your balance here. And then I'm going to take a forward fold. And I'm trying to lengthen my spine. So instead of having the spine round, we want to work on lengthening. So you feel long from the top of your head to your tailbone. And this is such a great stretch for your hamstrings. I can bend one knee at a time. Just kind of circle the hips a few times like you're making a figure 8 with your hips. And of course, you're keeping your deep breathing going. This feels so wonderful. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to slowly come back up. You want to make sure to rise slowly because you can get a little bit dizzy from all the blood flow to your head. And now we're going to end our last couple of postures with some balancing. So I'm going to use my chair to help me balance. I'm going to plant my supporting foot firmly into the ground. You can imagine growing roots through your toes and through the sides of your feet. And then I'm going to come to what we call tree pose. And you can place your foot anywhere that feels comfortable. So if it's comfortable on your calf, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable. Or next to your knee, or you can even use your hand to help you place your foot a little bit higher on your leg. Good. And if you feel pretty supported, you might try to release. We call this tree pose. And then of course we want to try it on the other side. You could just turn around, but so that you can see me on the camera, I'm going to move my chair. Start with an inhale, reaching up. You can place your hands on your hips if you'd like, grounding through your supporting foot. Now I'm going to use my hand to help me. I'll lift my foot, find a comfortable place, and check my balance. This side does not feel quite as steady, and we'll typically notice that about our body, that even though we think of it as identical sides, we always have a little bit of differences on one side of our body to the other, depending on any kind of accidents we've had or injuries. Awesome, you guys, and release. And we're going to end, finally, with just a couple of more breaths. I'm going to come back to seated, relax back into my chair a little bit, and this time we're just going to do 4 breath cycles. Allowing any tension and stress to just melt away. You can trick your brain if you smile and send endorphins running through your brain and your body. Good job, you guys. I hope that helps brighten your day. You can check our library for books about stretching and yoga. And we also have some wonderful online resources like Hoopla and Freeding. You can check out our website, www.calcasieulibrary.org, and check under the Resources tab to learn more, or we'd be happy to help you. Thanks for joining me for today's Zen in 10. See you next time. If you enjoyed today's Zen in 10, let us know in the comments below. Be sure to check out www.calcasieulibrary.org to find more of our online resources. And don't miss any of our fun virtual programming this fall by checking back frequently on our Facebook page, which can be found at Calcasieu Parish Public Library.